All right, it is time for episode 74. I am so stoked. I wish I could have recorded all of our tests and conversation in the last 10 minutes because as I said, we're already besties. I am so excited to introduce Big Adamm, my next guest. Adamm, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Of course. And before we start yapping, I actually have to get my intro together, right? I got to introduce the actual podcast. So, welcome if you're new here. This is the Adventures in Adversity podcast, not Adventures in Babysitting if you were born in the 70s or 80s. That was a great movie. Adventures in Adversity is a podcast where we have real people who come and tell true stories about how they have gotten through or are currently getting through life's adversity. So I'm pretty sure, Adamm, I'm pretty sure that you encountered adversity in your job, and I'm pretty sure have a few stories about life.
Yeah, that's basically the overall view of my job is adversity and conflict avoidance, both in the industry, professionally, and just in life overall.
Yeah, you are like, I feel like we're going to get into what you do, but as a little preview, you're like adversity avoidance security.
And neutralization when need be. Unfortunately, that's part of it too.
You neutralize adversity, prevent adversity, neutralize
Absolutely.
it. And
Yep.
you're scanning as a protection services specialist. Is that correct?
Yes. Executive Protection Specialist.
Executive protection specialist. That's so badass. I'm sorry. I'm sure you hear that all the time, but I was like, when you started following, because we got connected through Jack, my producer.
Yeah.
Shout out Jack. I was like, I saw your profile and I was like, damn, that's badass. I was just like, I have to talk to him immediately.
I do glam it up a little bit. You know what I mean? It's got to be able to fit in, but it's a purpose that I've realized over years, and turning it into a profession is truly a blessing.
It's what you do in all seriousness is incredible to me. And the reason I believe that is like the amount of courage, I would say, like presence of mind, decision making, self-control, what is it? Self-regulation. I mean, there's I don't even know.
Situational awareness, all these kind of things that it's basically trying to control everything, fully aware that everything is out of control. That's what it is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's very challenging, but probably incredibly rewarding.
It is. And again, when you decide what your purpose is in life, it makes things a lot easier. And the fact that I have a profession where I can turn that into a money-making thing and a building thing and getting people, because I like to teach the clients as well, the little tidbits I have. Like if I do something, after I do it, I'll be like, I did that because of this. So I want you to be aware that that's why that happened. So it's not like I'm just there trying to flex. It's like, this is what I saw. I want you to understand what I saw and why we did that. It's now done, but that's something that maybe you can put into your lifestyle that can be avoided without me having to tell you. And again, I'll tell you all day. And listen, it's my job. Yeah. But I'm going to explain to you why. Because again, you're not with your clients their whole lives. And again, being a protector is a great thing. It's very defensive. It's a defensive type stance. Then there's people that are aggressors or who are offensive and go after things. We're there to kind of let you live your life and say, no, that's a bad alley. Don't go down that alley. Like if you want to be a tough guy and you're looking for a problem, go get him. That's the alley. Let's not go there.
Wow, it's such an interesting take on it. And I want to dive into everything. And I mean, like, you have no idea how many questions I have. And I was telling my husband too, I'm like, what questions do you have? And he's like, okay, ask him this. I want to know this. And I'm like, I want to know that too. I want to know that too. I'm a
Well,
dork. I'm a
I'm here
dork.
for it all, and I'm just really
I'm a
grateful to
dork.
be here.
I'm
So we're
sure
good.
you've seen my stories.
Yes.
I'm very the 2026 is unfiltered, very hyper and unapologetic about how excited I get about everything my guests do. I'm like, tell me
The
everything.
way it should be. The way it should be.
Yeah. Okay, so what now that we've like teased the awesomeness and the coolness and the courage of your profession, I want to rewind just a little bit to before Adamm was Big Adamm professionally
Right.
and on Instagram, before you were a executive protection specialist, before all of, like you said, you were blessed to turn what you feel your purpose is into a career. Um, take me back to Jersey life. You're from Jersey. Shout out
I
to the
grew up,
Jersey
yeah,
people out there.
absolutely, the dirty Jersey. And again, I was blessed to be about 10 minutes outside New York City. So it was
Okay.
the suburbs, but we were real close to the city that doesn't sleep.
Ah,
So, but yeah,
yeah.
so I'm one of four. I'm one of four. I have an older sister than me, then a younger sister and a younger brother. And I can say this without any hesitation. My parents are amazing. Like, could not have done better. Great people, solid people, great parents. Definitely did everything they could for us,
Yeah.
and it was everything and more that we could have asked. Now, me, I took an easy life and tried to make it as rough as possible. Um, all the kids were into athletics and stuff like that. We all went to Catholic school, that kind of stuff. But we all
Okay.
kind of spread out our own ways. But
Yep.
I was always I played football from first grade all the way through college,
Okay.
and I
Where'd
was
you
an
play?
offensive lineman. Yeah, like I back when you could play football, we had peewees, and
Yep.
then I went all the way through high school.
Okay.
Went to a Division II school up in Boston.
Yeah.
Played up there,
Where'd you go
and
in Boston?
Curry College, which is
Curry
in Milton,
College.
Mass, which is about 20 minutes outside of Boston. So
Nice. Nice.
I did a lot of work in Boston while I was up there,
Love
and
it. Love
great
that.
school, good people, and I'm a big advocate of athletics for a lot of reasons. A, it keeps you busy, it keeps you physically fit, but it also gives you. So I was an offensive lineman. We're the guys that block for all the superstars,
Ah.
and it fit right into my purpose, which is protecting. So
There it is. There
since
it
I was
is.
young, I always had that. And I grew up, my mom's Irish, my dad's Sicilian. We were always super, super, super protective. And my sisters probably didn't like it as much as they, and then I was a little bit of a overbearing older brother.
They're
But
like, they're like, I like this guy. Can you please not scare him?
yeah, 100%. And my younger sister got the wrath of it. My older sister was older than me, so she got away with a little bit. But
Oh,
my younger sister always had 7 or 8 guys looking like me, keeping an eye on her. And I'm sure it made it a little more difficult than it needed to be, but she was also safe. So,
as it should, right?
absolutely. I don't see the problem with it.
Hey,
Apparently, I've done something wrong.
yeah. What's the problem?
Absolutely.
Oh, so okay. That literally makes so much sense that you were protecting the quarterback because your
Right.
job, my husband's a football nut and I know enough here. I think I can manage.
Right.
But I mean, your sole job as an offensive lineman is it to give the quarterback plenty of time to throw the ball and protect him?
Well, it's whoever has the ball.
Whoever has the ball.
Is whoever has the ball. So if it's a running
Yeah.
back, we're blocking for the running back. If it's a wide receiver, we're running down the field to block for them. But basically, it's protection for whoever has the ball.
Got it.
And it's offensive guys are again. So the old saying is offensive players are a little bit more smart and smart in the way that they know the play, so they can make the adjustments. They know what's going on. Defensive are a little bit more aggressive because they have to adjust.
More
So
reactive,
again,
right?
same thing. Like
Yeah.
I know what's going on, so I can make adjustments to make that person safe. Now, the threat level is actually the defensive side of it, which doesn't really know what's going on, is willing to do whatever they can to stop what's going on.
It's such a direct correlation to fascinating to me because football and I got a college football Tennessee husband. Okay. So like
Oh,
it
nice,
is like,
nice.
and then a Buffalo Bills dad. So like I
Okay, okay.
understand the heart and passion. And Ryan's always like, there's a lot of strategy. Like it's really, for an uneducated football person, you're like, it's not just like, move it around.
Yeah.
It's a lot of strategy.
When you talk to guys that are really into it, like the knowing down and distance, knowing what the other defense is playing, because you'll see, for anybody who's not really into football, when they're making the adjustments prior to the snap, how much thought and how much they've analyzed what's going on to make adjustments to something that was already very technical. And they're doing it right before the ball goes off. And that's the difference between good teams and bad teams. The ones that they have something called football IQ.
Yeah.
And it's actually a part of drafting people. What's their football IQ? How can they make the adjustments on the field? How can they see things, see patterns, and make adjustments for it? That's part of it, because it's great to be good and it's great to be fast and it's great to be big. But if you don't know what you're doing out there, you're wandering in the prairie.
Brilliant. And that's why you spend all the time studying film and
Absolutely.
plays and stats and so much strategy. Like Ryan, my husband, says it's like chess with pads or so.
100%.
It's like
that's a really good parallel. I like that.
And I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then you look
kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like,
kind of makes sense.
You're right. Very, very cool. And just to share a commonality, you said a few things. East Coast, you said you're Irish Italian. Samesies.
Very nice. Classic. I love it.
With a sprinkle of South African.
Hey, listen, it's good to have a sprinkle.
You can't just be Irish and Italian. It's not sustainable.
I can't even say Italian. I have to say Sicilian or my dad gets mad. So there you go.
Yes. Well, I knew immediately when we started talking, I'm like, okay, yeah, there's some common roots here. Cause like sarcasm.
Yeah, I actually have to like almost apologize. So I'm in the West Coast now. I'm in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I almost have to apologize for it out here. And it's not like a brag. It's like, but I'm going to be sarcastic. So just know that it's coming.
Yes.
Be aware that I'm joking before I say it. And if I'm not joking, I'm going to stop talking. So you'll realize that I'm not joking anymore.
Exactly. Totally. No. We got to, I'm in California and we got to bring some East Coast, a little old school over here because as I am very now outspoken on my podcast, I just don't care if you like it or not. I respectfully decline to care, but I allow you to dislike anything I say.
Because again, it comes from a place of good intention, and that's the thing. Like, we get lost in the delivery aspect of it sometimes. If a person's a good person, they might come off a little brash or something like that. But if the intention's pure, then it's a good thing.
Yes, 100%.
So
we're bringing a little East Coast to the West Coast.
Absolutely. And they needed it.
They need it. Don't even get me started on California. I might.
Yeah, this will be a 4-part podcast at that point.
I might get very animated and very irritated.
Fair. Understandable.
But that's understandable. Okay. I love.
But then we look at New York and we say the same thing a little bit. It's like, ooh, hey guys, what happened?
I'm like, no.
When did we lose it? So
I'll text like Jack and I'll be like, and he's like, I know. I'm like, damn it.
It's
what?
Is nobody watching? Like, have we just given up?
I'm like, guys, we gotta talk to each other and take a breath here.
100%.
Hence the podcast, right? And I hope and welcome anyone with differing opinions. If they're like, this girl is like out of her mind, come on the podcast and let's prove me wrong. Like we were talking.
Well, but that's the beauty of it. Like we said, it's. I think this is a big part of what we've lost. I think the dynamic of conversation and the dynamic of being able to sort stuff out without it being like ill-willed. Like,
yes.
Like I said before, I've been proven wrong in life more times than I like to count. But you can't just tell me I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. And maybe you don't see it the way I see it. Maybe I don't see it the way you see it. But maybe there's a commonality in there that could be that little ground that we save ourselves on and could say, all right, listen, we agree on this. why do you see it that way? And why do I see it this way? Well, I had this experience. Oh, well, that makes sense.
Oh, yes.
Because again, we don't know we're not cookie cutters. The beauty of being a human is you're an individual.
Mm.
And the importance of it is to find what value you bring. And I'm not talking monetarily. I'm talking how you look at things and what you're good at and all this other stuff. I think that we've all tried to mimic people.
Yes.
And that has absolutely destroyed the ability to be an individual, and we're losing out on great people. We're just trying to be like somebody else.
Yes. Yes. Hallelujah to all of that. Julian Jack Quick.
That's a mic drop moment right there.
True though, because it's a beautiful thing. And like I know I'm so like ADHD all over the place, but and I want to get back to your life and your career, but it's so important because I think why I was so excited to have you on the podcast is because like I think you are out there seeing reality in situations that are high pressure, where there's potentially disagreement and potential conflict. And your whole goal is to de-escalate and prevent, but you're also wanting to let your client enjoy life, people enjoy life with a respectful boundary. Right.
Absolutely.
Like we can all
and again, for me, it's I've been in the industry for 23 years. When you start out, you take the jobs you can get. You do the work that you can get. You build a reputation. You learn what you want to deal with and what you don't want to deal with. And I'm at the point now where if somebody doesn't tie in with my belief systems or they act a certain way, I have a harder time validating protecting it.
I'm sure.
Because, like, again, with the influencer phase that we're going through, you'll see a lot of the stuff that goes on. The transition of what wealth and power used to be and what it is now, it's almost unrecognizable. And again, I'm blessed. I'm older. Like, I got to see it at its purest form. And the transition of it, of course, everything changes, but I feel like the only thing that's changing is the stuff that we should have kept, like our foundational skills, our foundational values, what we found important, what we were willing to stand for has gone to the wayside. And now we're celebrating stuff that I don't understand and I don't really want to understand. Like, because when you look at what its value is, a lot of times it's either fame or monetary. And I'm not really down with that. Like, if you stand for something or you're a good person or if you have something to say, you have the right to say it and you have the right to be protected.
Totally.
But again, now with the influencer phase that we go through, it's more how much chaos can I cause? Because I'm not really saying anything. So if I look exciting, it'll sell as exciting. Because if you watch a lot of and like I said to you before, these are the kind of podcasts that should be celebrated. Because you watch the other ones, and it's like these people have nothing to say. And they're not, listen, there's levels of intelligence. Sure. But if you're just trying to be shock value, and you're just trying to celebrate the newest thing or this or that, what happens when that goes away? What do you stand for? What is your foundational skill set that made you famous? Oh, well, I walk around the mall and I do pranks. Again, the prank thing I'll go off on forever because that stuff irritates me to death. But the reaction videos and stuff like that, it gives me agita. It really does. It gives me absolute heartburn watching what these kids get away with. I sit there and I have this like inner monologue where I'm like, I think I'd let my client take a slap on that one. I think I wouldn't let him get hurt, but maybe a little slap would remind him that that's not acceptable in today's society.
Yep.
So
thank you. Well, and I really appreciate that you find this podcast like what's the good word? Like substance, right? Like
right.
Because
it's valuable. It's valuable to something that we are missing. Because what we're doing is we found something that's successful, like all the prank stuff and look at the car I have and all this other stuff. Like, and we put all of our eggs into that basket. Yeah. And that's why we don't know what we stand for anymore because we're just chasing the newest fad. How
Chasing.
about we bring it? How about we bring it back to faith and to being good people and to community and
Totally.
to real community, not the likes and the the reshares and stuff like that. Well, there's so many people in this world, and if you find yours, you're blessed. But if you're trying to be somebody you're not, you're never going to find your people because you don't know who you are.
It's so clear to me, that statement, and I understand the power of it. And like once you start, I'm even just now starting to find, this is a whole thread we're going to go on, my identity in
Okay.
Christ, right? Like
Right, absolutely.
I'm like, whoa, life. Okay, what? Whoa.
Yeah,
That now I'm like, that's what matters to me
right,
versus my online persona or my,
right.
what people think of my post and what if people think I'm saying too much about that, and I
Right.
should really tone it down on that and turn. No, I'm following who I'm called to be, and like not everyone's gonna like that.
Well, and again, let
That's
me make life real simple. There's one judge. There's one judge.
yes, and it ain't us.
And it ain't us. And it's not the people that are talking to you either. Like it's again, it's super cliche and it's put God first and everything else will sort itself out. When you put God first, the noise around you actually quiets because you realize that that noise isn't coming from what truly matters. There's one phone call that we should be on at all times, and it's with Him. And once you get that down, let me be brutally honest. It doesn't make life perfect and it doesn't make it easy, but it makes it clear. And once you get that clarity, everything else is manageable. Because once you stop caring about all the nonsense and start realizing that we were given the gift of life by a creation and we owe it all to Him. And we were put here for a reason. That is, again, it sounds like, but that is life changing.
Changes everything.
Changes everything. And it does make it a lot more simple when you actually surrender to it.
That is so good. And I'm so glad you went into that, because I want to go into now, when you were learning football and you're growing up
Right.
in Jersey and you're protecting, did you know God the way you know God now?
Oh, no. I'm going to tell you, God was a group to me. There's Christians, there's Catholics, there's Judaism, there's all this stuff. We were on the
Catholic.
Jesus side. We got you.
Catholic.
We're on the Jesus side.
Yep.
But it was going through the baptism and then the communion and then the confirmation.
Yep.
And it was just steps to be like, oh, you're an adult now.
Yep.
I knew Him, but I didn't know Him. I knew of Him. How about that? We'll put it this way. I knew of Him,
Great.
but I didn't know Him.
You knew He was around. You just didn't know.
100%. I knew that He was our quarterback and we were rooting for the team. But again, I didn't really know what it stands for. Because again, when you're younger coming up in it, it's the rules. It's not the love, and it's not the grace, and it's not the faith. It's here's what you got to do to get into heaven. And I'm going to tell you now, a lot of that stuff is not correct because that's not how He loves.
Agreed.
That's not how He loves. So again, I grew up Catholic school, all this other stuff, doing the stay,
all the things.
I didn't find God until I found adversity. I didn't find God until I found conflict. I didn't find God until I found the darkest part of my life. Because that's when you're going to find the real Him.
That's a t-shirt.
Making it a 4X, please, because nobody makes t-shirts in my size.
30%. Let's partner. Jack, let's talk. I didn't find God until I found adversity.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, that just blew my mind. Okay, so tell me about it. I just interrupted you for no reason.
No, it's I'm easy.
Okay.
for again, when He is just a theory,
yes,
you don't connect with Him. Because again, you're trying to find purpose, you're trying to find your friends, you're trying to find what you want to
Yeah.
do, where I'm going to go to college, what I'm going to do as a job, and all that stuff is, I guess, important with the natural societal situation we have. But I wish I'd found him earlier.
Same.
But again, I wouldn't change it for the world, because the part where I met him in my life, where you're trying to figure out who you are. And again, I was always a football player, and I ran clubs, security, and stuff like that. And once you realize all the glitz and the glam and the bottles and the money and the cars and the clubs, it's it's a rotational thing. It just keeps going, and there's nothing you're getting out of it. Sure, people make money. Sure, people, but what's your real gain from it? You're just trying to. At the end of the day, you're trying to impress other people,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or find your people, or find your this, or find your that. Um, I found out real quick that the lights and the glitter and the glam, they shut off at 4 a.m. and then the world keeps going. So who are you then? Who are you at 4:30 after the club's over? And that's what it's about. And again, the industry I've chosen, my profession, I'm around celebrities. I'm around ultra wealthy. I'm around all types of people. And I'm going to tell you that the one thing that connects me to who I am always is God. And I can adjust to the people around me, knowing that I'm doing right by them, because that's why God put me here. Because there's some people you deal with, you'll be like, listen, you have a purpose. This is your purpose. And if it was easy, everybody would do it. Trust me, this is not an industry that everybody can do. Because there is, again, like we said before, once you find your why, your how becomes manageable. But without that why, you're gonna take a step off the path a lot earlier in life.
That's what the why keeps you going when the shit hits the fan.
Right. When you're in a situation, you almost say to yourself, "What am I doing here?" Like, what? Maybe my parents are right. I should have been an artist. Maybe I should have been an artist. But
and God's like, you're doing good. You're doing good.
You're doing good. Yeah. I put you there for a reason. I made you 6'2", 340 pounds for a reason. Like you
You know what? And honestly, I'm sure you have found yourself in, well, and back to the faith thing. Was there a moment where it started to change for you? Was it
not necessarily a moment. I think that life gets away from you. I think that life gets away from you. And again, it's one of those things where you just do one little thing, and then it's two little things, and then it's three little things. And then you start to, because our society will allow it, you start to normalize those indiscretions.
Yep.
Because there's other people doing it. So why can't I? They seem to be good people. Like what? And once you get back to, and that's kind of what brought me back to, there's only one judge. There's only one judge. So if everybody else is doing this and he doesn't agree with it, guess what? It's wrong. It's wrong. It's still wrong. Because if I get up there and he goes, what was that? And you go, everybody else is doing it. He's like, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Were you strong enough to do the right thing? Because I gave you strength and I gave you adversity. I gave you conflict to see if you could overcome it. Not to punish you. And that's the thing.
It's not
adversity and conflict. It's not punishment. It's not. It's not. It's seeing if you could overcome it. Dealing with adversity. Because this world is not simple. So you have to build a skill set of how to accomplish getting over those small things.
Yeah.
Because once it starts to get away from you, it's harder to come back. And by the way, that's what we were talking about before. That's the surrender part. Because once you're absolutely in a free fall, stop grabbing for the walls. Just say, I surrender. Like I need you. I know that you are the only thing that can fix me right now.
Yeah. And it's so beautiful. And for someone that's listening, that's like, okay, I'm ready for this. I want to get to know what Adamm is talking about. Whatever it is, I want to get to know it. What does surrender look like to you day to day?
For me, it's a lot of it is I wake up and I pray. And you have this weird thing in your mind about like I get on my knees next to my bed. No, I take a walk every morning and I talk to him.
Ah,
It's not about anything else but thanks.
walk and
Like
talk.
legitimately, today's going to be a rough day. You're going to get me through it, but thank you for yesterday. Thank you for the day I have covered. Because again, the old saying is, God made yesterday happen. Faith's going to make today happen, and the faith in God is going to get me through today. And once you can, it's a weird mindset, but and it wasn't easy. But once you feel it for the first time, it's a
Oh,
lot easier to get back there. It's a lot easier to get back there
I know.
because you can say to yourself, it's going to be okay. Like today was a bad day, but you want to know something? Somebody didn't have today.
Somebody's
And
taking
and
the
and
last breath.
that's the perspective of that is what brings it back. The
Yes.
perspective of today's a blessing. If you get hit in the shin for 5 straight hours with a skateboard, it's still a better day than somebody who didn't wake up. And that's the blessing that it is.
It's that
And
gratitude.
and again, taking out of it the I think a lot of us lose it on comparing ourselves to others. We're all on our own journeys, and we all have our own responsibilities and purposes, and we all have our own blessings. So
Yeah.
something that you take for granted, somebody else doesn't. And I'm going to tell you from a perspective of the inside of dealing with celebrities and the wealthy and
Yeah.
stuff like that, they're not happy. A lot of them aren't happy because they've glorified the material. I meet, so I've been on tour a couple times with a couple artists. The
Yeah.
greatest people I talk to are the roadies and the guys that put the stuff up because they're good, solid, hardworking people that are just, they know what they're there for. And they're not striving to be seen. They're not striving to be.
They're
I
just
learned a long time
mm,
ago just to have conversations with people. First of all, people don't feel seen or heard. So having a conversation with somebody who doesn't feel that way and genuinely being interested
they're like,
takes you that much effort and brings that much faith back into people because they feel seen. People, we're in a day and age where the camera is everywhere, but nobody feels seen.
another t-shirt.
I
We're
might
gonna have
get
a
a
whole
whole line
fashion
going.
line. We're doing a fashion. Oh,
100%.
Adventures in Adversity fashion show, quotes from the guests, and I have private
100%.
security.
I'm there. I'm 100% there.
Jack's doing the DJ.
Yeah.
Okay, see how my brain?
100%. It's
I'm
going to be
like,
a light show like none you've ever seen.
I'm like squirrel, squirrel. I'm like Bree, focus.
But again, these little tidbits sound like miraculously enlightened. It's so clear
It's so
when
clear.
you get the right mindset. It's so clear.
You know, you talked about praying and taking a walk. Two things that has literally changed my life in the last year. Connecting with God on a walk with my dog, listening to worship music while I walk. Sometimes I'm crying out of happiness, being like,
And by the
"Oh,
way, it'll get you. It'll
oh,
get you.
oh,
You know how when you're driving sometimes and you
oh."
forget you're driving. When you hit that moment, you'll be 2 miles down the road and be like, "How did I get here?" Because there is that purity of the moment.
It's literally, I would recommend, and like literally based on what you said in my own experience as a baby Christian, growing up Catholic. I'm a Catholic. I'm
All
Catholic,
right.
but I got baptized on November 4th as like, by the way, I used to think all y'all are crazy doing this born again thing. And I'm like, hi, I'm born again.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
But it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I have been proven wrong. It is super cool and amazing. And I highly recommend just investigating church and all of that. But I'm rambling. What I meant to say is the morning walk and the morning just like, hey God, what's up? You don't even have to like say a prayer or like a scripture. You just go, hey, what's up? Like sometimes I'm like, I don't really know how to pray, but thanks. I'm walking. It's beautiful. Thank you for water. Thanks for this awesome
Right.
dog. Glad I have a job. Cool. Yeah, and then that can be it.
I I
what
get to take this walk. I get to take this walk today. I get to take this walk today.
And then sometimes it's, oh my gosh, this thing is on my mind. I'm freaking out. Like, okay, what do I do? Do I confront? And then sometimes you're like working out a specific problem. But a lot
Right.
of times I will say I'm like in awe. I'm in awe of
It's,
like life.
if you stop the noise, if you stop the noise and you just pay attention, the amount of stuff that goes on in our lives, something as stupid as a squirrel running around or playing with something, and you sit there and you find yourself distracted by it, and then you're like, "But I'll spend $150 to go to a club tonight." I'm more entertained by the squirrel because, first of all, it's the purest, most authentic, genuine thing in the world. He's just living his life, and then I gotta go be somebody else at the club tonight, and I gotta pretend like the squirrel doesn't care. Like, but that's the small parts of it. That's the small parts of it.
It's amazing. I literally look forward to my walk to just like it's my check in with God. Like, where am I at? And then
Yeah,
anything that I know I'm not living right will come up.
right.
It's like, so it's like a gentle nudge where God's like, so, you still going to do that? Or you ready to kind of like confront that?
Do
Cause
you
I
think
can
about
help,
that a little bit?
cause I
Yeah.
can help you
Think
when you're
about
ready.
that.
I'm waiting if you want to go ahead and change that. Cause you know, you need to. Love
And
you.
again, he's giving you your opportunity to do so. He's kind of like, again, these are little challenges. They're not like the little tests that he gives us aren't punishment. They're
No.
like, let me figure out who you are through these little challenges and things
Yes.
you have to overcome. And once you realize that you can overcome them, the bigger stuff becomes manageable.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. All right. I'm trying to not be like squirrel, but
But
because I'm like, all right, you're on, I forget
yeah.
I'm recording that. I just forgot we were on a podcast. Everyone's like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
So you grew up in New Jersey. You are protecting on the field from a young age. You're protecting your siblings, your two sisters. You're growing up, you know, then you realize, tell me about when you made, and then you're connected to God, which has
Right.
obviously gotten you where you get today. Was there a moment, or do you remember like your first security protection job? Like your first,
Uh,
or was it
yeah,
back?
I actually, so when I graduated college, I
Yeah.
graduated with a criminal justice major. And by the way, the most important part of it was a psychology minor, which makes life a million times easier. Because once you start to learn how people are and how they think,
You got
my job, especially figuring out mannerisms. Wow, we're going to edit that out.
it. How dare you stutter?
um, Figuring out how people work and physical cues and stuff like that really helped me out. But when I came back, shockingly, I graduated in 2001. So when I came home from college, 9/11 happened. So I was going to get into the private security industry.
Okay.
And when that happened, I'm now sitting in interview rooms with an ex-lieutenant from Brooklyn, a CIA guy, because everybody went to the private sector,
Mm,
trying to get into positions where they can help and stuff like that. So I was right out of college. I wasn't getting those jobs. So I got
okay.
into to running security clubs.
Okay.
Same thing, a little bit less rewarding, but and you asked me where God came into my life,
Yeah.
like that. I think that's when it was because I was around nonsensical bar club life and kind of saw how many people just kind of wander through life
Like
and
literally. Yeah.
like literally like I gotta they're at the club every Friday and Saturday and you just go like what are we celebrating, like what have you done, like you made money and then you just went and spent it, like so that's the cycle, like what are you giving back, and it's I'm sure in New York, New Jersey, and when I was going to school in Boston, these are very violent jobs because
Oh.
that area,
Oh,
they don't talk about it. They don't.
people get wasted, sports,
Yeah, a
personalities.
100%.
I mean, I'm East Coast as well. You're
Yeah,
not like a shrinking violet, you know?
right. No, if you say something, you better mean it because there's going to be a repercussion to it. So just seeing, the darker side of life. It looks like it's the bright, shiny side of life, but to be honest with you, it's a distraction.
Ah,
And just the pure violence of it, watching relationships fall apart, watching all these things, how people move, and again, they quantify it or they normalize it through everybody else is look. There's 500 people here.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
but that's it, and that's where I kind of took a step back and went, what means something to me?
Uh-huh.
Who am I?
Uh-huh.
And once you figure that out, it's a little different. But I'm going to tell you, and for anybody listening, it's not an easy journey. It took me about 3 solid years to be fully into the point where I knew who I was. And I think that comes from dealing with adversity, dealing with conflict, testing yourself, and truly seeing, there's the old saying, find out what you would die for and go live for it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because what matters to you? If it truly does matter to you what other people think, you might want to have a sit down with yourself and say, why?
Oh,
Why does that matter to me? Was I not liked when I was a young guy? Do I know that I don't have a lot of substance and I don't want to work on being a better, more valuable person? I just want to fit in with the rest of everybody else who's kind of like numb to the world. Um, it's a journey, and it's a rough journey because again, to figure out what you're good at, you got to figure out what you're bad at. And then
oh,
again, the next phase of it is, hey, the stuff that I'm good at, does it help me along? Does it mean something to me? Because I can be really good at something and it doesn't mean anything to me.
such a good
So,
point.
so do you want to make it good, or do you want to just work on something you might not be as good at, but makes you feel more valuable to people and valuable to God and valuable to the word and valuable to your purpose? And those little things are rough. It's a rough battle because you really truly got to look at yourself and again figuring out where you are not a good person or find yourself not a good person. And there's certain things that I do that other people might not like, but I look at them and I say that's not really a bad thing to me.
Yes. Uh-huh.
It's not a bad thing to me just because other people don't like. I'm a very quiet person, but I also if something I don't like goes on around me, and I feel that I won't allow it to happen, I'm going to say something. Now, to some people, that's a bad thing. To me, it's not. I don't mind standing by myself and telling 10 people they're wrong doing something.
Because you know who you are and you
I
align with
know who I am, and I
values.
know that that's not okay. And I know that me allowing that to happen is even worse because I have the power to stop it, or I have the power to at least open people's eyes to
Yes.
why are you guys doing that? Because I guarantee you, out of the 10 people that are doing it, 2 people are really into it. The rest of them are kind of like, I guess I'll go along with you. So if you say to them, hey,
Valid.
guys, the other 80, what are you doing? They're like, I don't know. I'm following him. Well, is that okay for you? Do you accept that? Or are you just here just because you came with this guy?
Such
And those are the little battles, you know, through my through my professional life. I've been around a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things. And, once you can truly figure out what you're willing to be hurt for, what you're willing to sacrifice for, what you're willing to do all that other stuff, life becomes easier. Um, but it does take time. Like I said, it took me about 3 years to figure out who I was and what I'm going to stand for and what I'm not going to stand for.
That is beautifully said. And I think it encapsulates like you're saying it's a ride to get there to figure out who you are. You
Right,
literally have to go through this adversity. It's the path, right?
right,
To figuring out who you are. The alternative is it's a hard life is hard, right? But I love
right.
how you're saying reframe the challenges. They're not punishments. They're literally the path to like uncovering one thing I heard, and I've said it a couple times, someone said, it was on some reel. I don't know who said it. It's not me. I did not say this.
Right.
God gives you a gift, right? We all have a gift, and
Right.
everyone has a unique one. There's not one person that doesn't have a gift of some sort.
Right.
What you discovering it and like what you do with it is your gift back to him.
Right. He gives you the tools. What are you going to build?
And then the path to discover the gift is full of adversity, though. It's not a smooth
Absolutely.
path to uncover the gift.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and again, it's having the mindset of we're all different. So everybody's gifts are going to be different.
For sure.
Because some gifts don't look like gifts right away.
Ah.
Some gifts don't look like gifts because if you want to be the influencer, or the professional athlete, or the movie star, and you think that's what you truly want to be, and somebody gives you the gift of kindness or compassion or an ability to work with people, you go, that's not shiny and bright. That's not what I think I want. No. That's what you were here for.
That's the gift.
That is your gift. Make it beautiful. Make it yours. Wear it like a crown. And take it and grow with it. It's nothing right now, but like you said, he gave it to you. What can you do with it?
It's a little seed.
And if you don't try, you'll never know. And you'll walk right past a God-given gift that he created exactly for you. And you're chasing somebody else's gift over there. That's kind of, at the end of the day, as an Italian, that's disrespectful.
It's literally,
it's a little disrespectful. Hey, what are we doing over here? I gave you something. You're over here claiming this other thing.
You go sleep with the fish. What is it?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my gosh, you need to be a life coach.
Oh,
seriously.
I'm fully aware that I know enough that I don't know everything. And again, I think that the transition in religion and faith it's a different time now. Like, I remember growing up and all the church people were holy rollers and stuff like that. We're going through a renaissance of like baby religion, getting back into it. Some of the best churches I ever went to weren't the ones with the everybody's in the suit and ties. I went to one I remember right before I left to go traveling. It was out in Vernon Valley. Mm-hmm. And Vernon Valley, New Jersey, where Action Park was, scarily enough. But it was all ex-convicts, military guys dealing with PTSD. It was a reformative church in the way that it was people coming back. There was no judgment. There was no this. There was no that. And again, me looking like I look, like I don't feel like I fit in at the Holy Roller Church. So I walked in and I felt, I want to talk about a moment. I walked in and I went by myself, and because again, I was dealing with guys that were still in the party scene, and I just needed to go. A friend of mine told me about it, and I was like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
And I remember being in there feeling very uncomfortable, but recognizing that I looked like a lot more people in this place. Like I was a little bit more like tattooed up guys, stuff like that, and all this other stuff. And I remember being like, okay, this is a good start. And I remember being in there and just feeling initially awkward, but then starting to feel like at home. And we were going into a prayer, and I was really kind of focused on what was going on. And I remember like feeling a hand on my shoulder from behind. And I turned around, and it was this guy that legitimately was like the poster boy for like Bikers Weekly. Just big. He had his collar shirt on, but underneath it was all non-collared shirt.
Like scared you.
And I turned and he looked at me. He goes, "Just please let me." And he prayed for me. And I've never felt more connected. I've never felt more like I belonged. And it was non-judgmental, and it was him saying, "This is okay. You're good. Like, I know whatever you're dealing with adversity-wise right now, you're in the right place." And I don't know that guy. I never spoke to him again. I never, but I believe in angels. He was at that moment. I think that God puts effort into certain people, and they step up when they're supposed to, and that was his moment. And I will tell you to this day, he changed everything for me.
Oh, I just got chills in my, yeah. I totally understand that moment
Yeah.
because
And
it's
it's
beautiful.
such an awakening. And by the way, you go outside, the sky looks a little bit brighter, birds are a little bit louder, and you just feel grateful and you feel loved and you feel seen.
Hmm.
And it sounds all cliche and stuff like
No,
that, but it's not. It is the purest. And once you feel that feeling, you can feel it again in little moments, in little actions, in little this, in little that. It's not like a drug where it's like chasing to be high all the time.
no.
That's not. It's not what it is. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's not. You're not floating through life with like angel wings behind you. Life is rough,
Uh-huh.
but the moments of remembrance when you get that feeling of, okay, we're good. I got this. And
It,
again, the other aspect of it that I like to tell people about is, um, you'll see all these people on like Instagram and all this other stuff reciting Bible verses and stuff like this. That's not always what it is. Like I'm going to tell you, my love of God and my actions for God are physical actions, helping people out, seeing
ah,
somebody needs a drink and getting them a drink. I can't recite the gospel.
neither.
I can't. I've read it,
Yeah.
can't cite it. Certainly can't come up with the number that it's in or the book that it's in. But that doesn't make me any less of a son of God,
Yes.
because my celebration of God is actions.
Beautiful.
You don't have to remember the Bible. It's great if you can, and that's amazing.
Great.
And trust
Yeah.
me, I'm super impressed with the people that can.
It's their
But I
gift.
also know that I'm a long way away from that. But
And totally.
part of the journey is doing it now. What are you doing now while you're waiting for God? That's what he says. You're waiting for God. If you're just waiting, you're doing it wrong. Do action. Do little things. Be the good person that God wants you to be so other people see it in your actions, not your words.
Oh,
And that's the transition for me.
that's
Was I know I look like this. I know I do what I do. And I've struggled with the violence level of my job that kind of stuff because, there's parts of it, but I know that God put me here for this.
mhm.
And I know that my intentions are always pure.
Yeah.
Listen, imagine a job where if nothing happens, you get paid the same amount. I sure don't want any violence. But if it happens, that's my job.
Hmm.
And,
And
and it's something I've struggled with.
well, and I'm thank you for being open about it too. But and I will say, and I'm just now learning the Bible, literally. Um, the angels apparently word on the street is angels could be aggressive as well. Like the
Absolutely.
army of God. Maybe you're the army of God down here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, and
damn,
that, oh, wow, that was actually really good. I'm going to use that. I
you
like that.
are, you
I
are.
like that.
You really are because like that is your gift. And then the obviously you said you were built this way, but like you
Yeah.
also have the psychology, the spirituality. You're literally the soldier that like has all the I mean, it makes
Well, I
sense.
like that. And again, the transition between, because I studied up a lot about this stuff, the, the children of God versus the warriors of God. It's two different
Ah,
types of people. And again,
ooh.
at the end of the day, you're answering to God. And then this is where I go back to all the time. Here's the reset. If you start to get super
Yeah.
confused, as I
Oh,
do every once in a while, I get
what,
super like
what,
caught into the confusion of it. You answer to one man. Is when you sit down with God, can you tell him, I did my best. I did what I feel like you wanted me to do, and truly mean it. Truly say, I didn't do this because I thought this was going to be wrong. This one I was a little bit questioning on, but I thought about you and I went forward with it, or stuff like that. And that's the thing.
mm,
It's not about being perfect.
no.
It's about being faithful. It's about surrendering, and it's about realizing that He created you for a reason. So,
He wants to be involved in your decisions so he can help you.
right,
Like if
absolutely.
anything, you can consult him 24/7.
And by the way, I've figured out filtering it through that way of life quiets the noise around it. Am I doing something right now? Again, we've in society, and we won't get super political about this other stuff, but
I'm gonna
I think
in a year I'm gonna be like, "Da, da, da, da."
I, I look at the way society is now, and I look at tolerances. Tolerance was at its purest form is a beautiful thing. We've weaponized it into allowing things that we know are not right
Yep.
just because we're being tolerant.
Uh-huh.
There is a renewal now of people being like,
I ain't down for that.
I don't have to tolerate that. Like,
Nope.
I don't have to tolerate that. Because again, there's certain people out here like, I'm going to make a decision and you have to accept it. I never say that about me. I'll live with the consequences of my things, but I'll stand for it. But I'm not asking anybody else to accept it. I'm not.
Yeah.
The tolerance I have is you're supposed to be good to other people, unless you're doing something that's like so wildly out of the bounds of. It doesn't give you carte blanche. It doesn't give you a blank check. That's not what tolerance is.
Mm-hmm.
Tolerance is trying to understand it. And by the way, tolerance is trying to understand, not having to accept. Those are two separate things.
You can understand something deeply and still not accept it.
100%. And again, it's like the free will thing. Everybody comes into, oh, we've got free will. Finish the sentence and deal with the consequences that come with it. That's the full sentence. Like, we've mimicked it to, I have free will. Okay. Do you think that you can affect everybody's life and it not have any consequences? That's not how it works. It is a full sentence. You have free will and you can be either successful or fail. But those actions have consequences that will either get you hugged or get you hugged real hard.
Or it'll get you kicked. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But-
Yeah. The
but
neck hug or the around the yeah.
Oh, and trust me, we're diving into that. But
Okay.
like, it's A plus B equals C, and like, be aware of your decisions, right? And like,
Right.
but that's so good whenever you're confused. Oh, but so and so wants me to do this, but I don't want to make
Right.
sometimes like stupid stuff I'm worried about. Like, oh, but I'm mad, and I'm like, wait, what does God want me to do? That'll guide it.
Right.
Because like, we're all human. We're all sinners.
Right.
We all don't know what. We're all just like, God just kind of laughs and wants to hug us and be like, oh, you little humans.
We're a little piece of clay that he's trying to mold us into something.
You think you can get close enough. Oh,
You are adorable.
yeah. Oh, look at him. Look at him. No. Anyway, sorry, I'm literally chasing squirrels over here. But so there's so many things, so many important topics you're bringing up, all related to getting through adversity, right? Like faith, awareness, accountability, like speaking your mind, like calling it out. Like, part of our responsibility is to call out when we see things, or else, we're bystanders. Talk to me about like your day to day, and you're saying things are changing, right? Like, obviously people are being more outspoken.
Right.
As they should be. I think there was a period, again, some people might unfollow me for this and, give me 1 star. That's fine. But where you couldn't say anything.
Right.
And it was.
So for me personally, it's a rough gray area, but not.
Okay.
It's professionally it is, but for me it's not.
Okay.
What goes on these days, and the infighting between political stuff and even the religious stuff that goes on and stuff like that. Like, who do you take a job from this group knowing that this group is not going to want to use you anymore, or stuff like that? And here's the end of the day goal. If you're not doing anything I don't agree with spiritually, you have the right to be protected. You have the right to be protected.
That is your right.
But when you start to use me as a sword and not a shield, then we got an issue. Because I'm here to protect you. I'm not here to enforce what you believe.
Great point.
Because again, so I consider myself a conservative patriot.
Yeah.
So I love the country.
Same.
I also know that the governmental things on both sides are a little bit squirrely, as we like to say.
Exactly.
So I look at that kind of stuff the same way as I look at God. I love the country. I love the country.
Yeah.
The people, the powers that be have adjusted it so that things are all off kilter, which is fine. It is what it is. But I've dealt with both sides, the left, the right, the this, the that, all these kind of things. And I have to break it down to, unless they're using me to enforce something I don't believe in, I can work with you.
That's great.
I can work with you. And again, people talk about, which is the most violent side and which is the most. I deal with a lot of conservative groups, and the threat level is a lot higher going against them. When I deal with more of the liberal side groups, a lot more of it is they're afraid of being emotionally or verbally hurt. So for me, it's like that's a cakewalk. I'll deal with that because there's no violence involved. Like I'm legitimately, I can't stop them from talking. It's words hurt, not as much as a shin kick, but it's so
you're like they don't hurt that much. Okay,
100%. I've been hit by a lot of things. So.
Yeah.
But so in the industry, it's a changing time. I deal with a lot of people that I wouldn't deal with in my personal life. And again, I'm going to tell you, like, doing this job, being around all this celebrity stuff, all this money, all these parties, all this nonsense, I found that I like to escape to nature. And if you're on the team nature, give me a lake house for like 2 days and to watch all this off of me. To get all this off of me. But again, so the industry stuff, I've gotten to the point in my career where I can make these decisions about what I think is right and wrong.
Yeah.
And be a little bit more stringent on who I work with. A lot of the guys who take these celebrities and stuff like that and think that is a great thing. I'd much rather protect a pastor or somebody who's doing something good for the people. Amazing. or truly has a message. Like those are the people I love to work with, and that gives me more fulfillment in my purpose.
Totally.
That's the weird gray area for me. But again, at the end of the day, money is not worth my soul.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, that's the litmus test for what I'm going to be around. 100%.
100%. That's 100%. Always the barometer. Like check in with the big guy.
Right.
There's so many takeaway. Like there's so many nuggets in here, and I know, like, even for me and anyone listening, this is like whenever I talk to a guest, then for the whole next week, you're like in my mind. I'm like, oh, what would Adamm do? What did Adamm say about that? And then like last week it was Amir. I'm like, Amir said that I should do this. And then before
100%, and that's but by the way, that's the beauty of conversation.
Yes.
That is the beauty of conversation. That's where the value of it is. Is you see somebody else's point of view, and you go, let me walk in his shoes for a couple of days and see how I like look at it and stuff like that. And it changes your perspective on a lot of stuff that you were so concrete in the beginning. And you go, oh, wait, I didn't think of it that way.
And I'm so glad that you said that, because whether you're left, right, center, whatever, whether you're just like, I don't engage in politics, whatever, you have a right to think and believe what you want. However, I would like to understand more about it. And it doesn't mean that I am 100% open to changing my mind if it is aligned with God. That's
absolutely.
And prove to me the policy that's better, and I'll look at it differently as long as it aligns with that guy. Right.
And go into the conversation with it's not an adversary. See, that's the difference. It's not an argument. It's a conversation. And I got to tell you, I had a conversation with somebody the other day. We were talking about some nonsensical thing, and he brought up a thing, and I was like, whoa, that's how you see that? I guess that makes sense that way. And again, it didn't change my overall belief in what we were talking about, but I was like, okay. I just thought you were just really excited to be wrong. You actually have a thought process. You have a thought process behind this.
I'm kidding.
100%. And that's what it is. Once we've stopped trying to be right and tried to be liked. Like when being liked is your most valuable thing, you're in trouble because society sways. and what's right and wrong sways.
You're screwed.
And it's funny for me, being in the profession I'm in, everybody asks why I didn't become a police officer or go into law enforcement.
Yeah.
And my answer is really, really clear. I believe in the laws of God, not of man. Because the laws of man can be swayed by whatever society deems is right and wrong. So I can't enforce something I don't believe in. You look at the way that some of the police, some of the regulations they have to deal with, some of the stuff that they're forced to do, some of the things, I can't. I can't, because that is also to me where it's kind of like, this is what you guys are doing. Well, where's the free thought, man? Where's the free thought? And, a politician's going to tell a cop what to do. So it's like, I'm going to come up with an idea and you have to enforce it. It's like, whoa, where's my say? And I get that's not how the world works, but that's why I made the decision to go independently into my own pursuits. Yeah. Because I couldn't do what I didn't believe in. And again, sense. And that's the East Coast kind of like, you're not telling me what to do. But at the same time, it's made me a better human because of it, because I can make the decisions on right and wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of situations we get into, and I'm sure everybody can assume social cues and all this other stuff, where a client will want to do something, and I'll give them the real quick, that is not happening. And by the way, if you think it's happening, what would be my fear? You're going to fire me? Don't worry about it. I don't want to work for you if you think that's acceptable.
If you're not going to take we have to be a partner, right?
We have to. If you think that I'm going to protect you while you're doing this, you read me wrong. I'm going to allow you to have a good time and feel safe and have your people feel safe. If you think that gives you the power, or because I'm here, you can do this, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because again,
your guardrails, right?
100%, because money is not as important as doing the right thing.
Totally.
And you'll lose clients over it. But guess what? It's beautiful. And by the way, with my Instagram page, I am very, very open about my thoughts and beliefs. And I was at like 22,000 or something like that. I went down to 16, and somebody's like, "Oh, you're losing." I said, "I'm losing the stuff that the people I don't want." Like, again, I believe in friends, but if this bothers you, you and I probably shouldn't be cool anyway. Like, why do I need you around? It's an amazing natural filter.
Oh,
that there are people like, oh, they're not talking to you anymore. Oh, okay. They'll be missed, but okay. Are they going to make my life better, fighting me about every little thing, or or trying to make me feel bad that people aren't going to accept me? I'm good. I'm good. We got them. We're good.
It's a beautiful.
I'll never be alone. So if you think that I'm going to be alone, I'll never be alone.
You're like, I'm going to hang with God and watch a squirrel.
Yeah, 100%. You want me to worry about what this guy thinks about? No, not happening. That is a very egotistical view, friend.
You're like, oh, you actually, no. See, we're not.
Oh, you read that book wrong. Yeah, because that's not me. Yeah.
Oh my God. We are, exactly. Well, and I got to tell you, when Charlie Kirk, unfortunately was assassinated, that's when I was like, and I actually noticed, and again, please don't take this as ego, but I was literally like, he has the same microphone as me. Same exact. And I looked and went, holy fuck. I'm like, I'm a podcaster. I'm a mom in her room starting a podcast. Yeah. We have the same right. We're doing the same thing. I believe a lot of what he's saying, and I made like a tribute reel. Oh, I lost a ton. A ton. Because I was like, no, fuck this. Like, sorry, it's time. Right. Like, I'm not gonna worry about the unfollows and the blocks and the PTA or whatever. Right. I don't care. Like it'll, and it didn't feel great seeing it go down. But then I was like, wait a second, who are you, Bree?
Right. And again, for the people that left, explain to me why you think this was acceptable. Or you think that because I believe in this, that there's something wrong. That's my whole thing. Oh well, he's a fascist. He's a this. He's a that. Explain to me why. Because the fascist thing is my favorite, because nobody can define what a fascist is. You know what I'm talking about. No, I don't. That's why I asked.
Don't play this game. I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
legit asking.
But again, even like if somebody on the left died, that's a loss of a life. Like
It's a child of
that's
God.
again, that's the
That's the
difference.
difference. It's a child of
That's
God.
the difference. Is celebrating.
That's the
It's you've lost it. It's not red versus blue. It's this
no.
we're humans. And again, here's my thing with the Charlie Kirk thing. And we did the memorial, so being there and doing the energy, and
Tell me
it
about
was
that.
amazing. But here's the thing: you killed the one guy that was willing to talk to everybody, wasn't forcing his views on people, was saying, "Let's talk." The one little bridge that we had that was barely holding on, you cut the rope. Now, what do you expect to happen? Because now there's no communication. There's zero communication,
Yep.
and it's
It's heating up.
the fallout from it is crazy. But again, I the division it's upsetting.
It is. And
It's
we can't sustain it. And
no, because
no.
somebody's got to give. Somebody's got to give, and again, you're supposed to look at religious people look to God, but what's going on the ground right now is you're supposed to look to your government, you're supposed to look to your leaders, you're supposed to look to these people for clarity and for peace and for tolerance and for understanding. They don't know what's going on either, and they're just as bad as everybody else.
Yep.
So, if real quick for everybody listening,
Please, yeah.
if there wasn't a better time to turn to the one person who will tell you what to do and stop listening to everybody else, this is the time. Because you are now learning that there's one judgment at the end of the day. Because if you listen to this side, they're telling you this. You go listen to this side, they're telling you this.
Yeah.
You're this because of this, and you're this because God loves you. And He's given you life, and He's given you the blessing of life. You can't be responsible for everything else going around. Unfortunately, I have to worry about it, but
you're like, that's my job.
Yeah, I'm in meetings for it all the time, but it's you have Him. He's here. Turn to Him, surrender to Him, and He will make it easier because we are in a time of conflict, chaos, and misunderstanding. More than I think there has been in a very, very, very long time. And now it's all televised, and now it's on Instagram, and now everybody's telling you what to do. Guess what? Shut it all off. 20 minutes, shut it off. Sit down in a quiet place, because again, I don't believe you have to do it anywhere special. Take a walk, do this, do that, and ask God. He'll answer. He'll tell you what's right. Yep, and it won't be I didn't want to say it because this person would be getting mad. I don't want to. No, there's nobody bigger. There's nobody bigger than that.
No, it's
go right to the CEO. Go right to the CEO. Right. Don't worry about the middle management. Go right to the CEO. And again, just listen. It's not always clear. It's not always this. It's not always that, but it's always there.
It is always there. And thank you for saying that too, because I literally would love this podcast the way that you are. Your job, you're protecting people's, right to express and hopefully de-escalating. When you're at these events, you're trying to keep the peace, literally, right? And I think that is your gift. And then like what I'm starting to realize in this moment, maybe my gift is the gift of conversation. And I would love to have anyone who disagrees with anything I said and who wants to unfollow me, instead of unfollowing me, message me and like, let's have like a literal discussion where we just talk.
Right.
You don't have to hate
me. And it's not adversarial. And by the way, there's no win or loss.
Whoever's
because there's no scoreboard.
It's just understanding.
Let's just talk.
Let's just understand. Because I don't, I have friends of both voted for this, friends who aren't even citizens, who can't vote, but wish they could. And then I have, a South African immigrant mother. I have an East Coast old school dad. I've done a lot of thinking about all this. I've done a lot of praying, and I don't want to be friends with someone based on who you vote for. I want to be friends with someone based on who you are, how you treat people.
Right and wrong.
That's it.
Right and wrong. That's it.
Really it.
100%.
It's really that simple.
It's and again, it's conversations are more, your job is a lot more valuable than my job.
No.
Your job,
No.
hear me out,
Okay.
hear me out, because this is giving people the opportunity. I watched a couple of the shows
Thank
and
you.
just letting people feel comfortable to talk and to feel heard and to feel that's where change comes from.
Ah, yeah.
Violence is what I deal with. The violence part is not where change comes from. It's
Ah.
not.
That's like the
That is
last
the last.
straw.
That is the last resort. And again, that's why my job might be a little bit more dangerous, or like,
Yeah.
but yours is more important because this is where change actually happens. Because if it gets to this point where I'm involved and there's violence involved, there's almost no coming back from it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
There's almost no coming back from it
The
because
last.
nobody wants to,
Yeah.
once it gets to that point, it's because conversation didn't work
Uh-huh.
or it wasn't tried. Giving people the ability to speak, and again, it's people be like, well, we'll have an adversary. No, we're talking.
Yeah.
Like we are talking. And by the way, you have the right to walk away from it at any time. But I also feel that people might want to hear what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you this platform. Because again, I've watched a bunch of them, and
Thank you. It means a
just
lot.
the comfort of having a conversation with somebody, and again, not being held to any sort of judgment or anything like that. It gives you this ability to speak clearly, to hear clearly, and to be understood, or to at least show your point.
Totally.
And that this is where change happens.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're all different roles in the army, right? You're
100%.
I'm waving to you, like
Yeah.
I'm over here and I'm waving to you over there, and I'm like, hey, thanks for keeping me safe. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna chat with this guy over here. And you're
I'm
like,
gonna ask them what they're doing next.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're like, let me know if he gets out of line.
Yeah.
And
100%. But
I,
again,
I'm
we're all
we're
answering to
all
one. So we're all answering to God, and that's the clarity of it for me. That's the. But I like that you're going with the adversity part of it because that truly is what molds people.
it
Nobody gets
sharpens you.
changed by comfort.
Oh,
Nobody
so
gets
good.
changed by comfort.
No, you just bask in it. You're like, this is so comfortable.
Because you're not challenged and you learn nothing about yourself.
Nothing.
You learn what your favorite drink is and what you like to eat, what island you like to go to. But when the world's about to crumble, you fall back onto your factory settings. And your factory settings are going to tell you more about who you are than what bottle of champagne you popped or what car you drive or what this or what that. Because that's where you find out what you're actually made of. And that changes everything.
So good. We almost have a fashion line now with all this
100%. We're gonna have to get long socks like stockings.
inspirational fashion line. Oh
That's
my, okay.
right.
There's so many, literally, I'm like,
Yeah.
ideas. Okay, now I just have to ask.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about what was that like, the energy at Charlie Kirk's memorial. I saw a reel
Right.
where Elon Musk was there. And again, as much as you can share, I know some of this is
Yeah.
um what was that like and what was your role there?
So we were called in. So it was probably one of the most secure events there was this year.
Ah,
Um, it was. We had to do a lot of vetting to be allowed in. I worked with another company with a bunch of amazing, amazing guys. We were one of the few teams that were allowed actually on the floor level.
mhm.
Um, the level of security at that thing was for me, it's like the Super Bowl because you get to watch the highest level guys doing it at the highest level. It was
Like,
it was the real deal. Like even like the local PD was kind of like sparingly used. It was more like marshals and Secret Service, and it was
elite.
everybody had an earpiece in. Everybody had an earpiece.
So
But it was a great experience. We were there with some great clients, and I will tell you, seeing people rally together, it's the only similar base I could like kind of draw to was again being from Jersey during 9/11.
oh,
People say it all the time. Nobody ever wants another September 11th, but everybody would kill to have the energy of September 12th, where the country came together. There was flags everywhere. Everybody loved everybody. It was tragedy unites.
Mm-hmm.
Tragedy unites.
Mm-hmm.
And being at that event on that day, it was like the whole world was there. There was an energy to it
Oh,
that was unmatched. And again, I've got to keep it a little numb because I'm paying attention. But just the people
yeah.
hugging each other and condolences and glad you're here and people that you know don't generally like each other on the outside took the moment to celebrate a man that said we can talk about this. And
Yeah.
that was the overall take from it, and it spiraled into all this other stuff afterwards.
Sure.
But that moment of purity, of remembrance, of respect,
Mm-hmm.
and of just community, true community,
Yeah.
not insta community, true
True
community,
community. Yep.
where people were there for a purpose and it was genuine. It was incredible. It was a blessing to be involved. It was got to work with a great team of people, um, and just the energy was insane. It was a terrible that it had to happen, but it was great that it happened.
Yeah. No, and that whole week, I was like numb that week. I was just like,
Yeah,
what just happened? And yeah, and it was incredible to see people come together. That's what it is, and it's about community. It's about humanity. It's about
right.
like you said, celebrating a guy who said we can talk about it, and like so much can be resolved hopefully through like understanding. But it's amazing. It's what an honor, like you say, to be there and to like be a part of history, and then also just to
Right.
feel the Holy Spirit, I'm sure, like on a different
It
level.
was. There was a couple times that we
You're
were in
like,
there where
whoa.
there was a couple prayers and there would be like a breeze. It was the surreal part of. They had a big banner of him in the back,
Uh-huh.
and a couple of the prayers,
The,
like we'd pray or we'd sing, and it would wave, and it was like, oh, trying to keep it cool here, trying to keep it cool, trying to stay professional, but there's something going on in this building that I can't even stop. Like
you're like
it is,
you're
it
like
was magic.
it's like all the
And
security
then again,
behind.
the parallel of then you walk outside and everybody's this and that. The people that came and stayed didn't even get inside and were just there and just doing all this. And then you see the one guy who's like protesting, and then you remember
Oh, right.
and you're like, that's right. There are these people out here,
Yeah.
and this is. But again, that's when you say, I'm grateful.
I'm
I'm
grateful.
grateful. I'm
I'm
grateful.
grateful. And now, and so tactically,
Yeah.
at an event like that or at any event, you're scanning, you're assessing. I mean, if you had to sum up a little elevator pitch of what's on your mind at an event like that, I mean, I know you could talk for 10,000 hours,
Right.
but
Well, so there's a couple things. A, that's the most secure building in the world at that point. So like for me, I'm very client oriented. So like again, I know that this place is safe. Um, from my perspective, because I know who's there. I know the vetting process that
yeah,
went
yeah,
on.
yeah.
I see the tactical lineups. I see where these people are. Like this is as textbook as it comes. But I'm going to be honest. I had to bring another guy with me.
Hmm.
So the company reached out. They said you got one more, and a couple of the guys that I initially would have gone with, um, their wives said no. They said you're not going. Absolutely not. And again, that's the understanding part of this job is that,
Medical thing.
it, yeah, like you have a bad day at work as an accountant or as like a finance person. That's one thing. I have a bad day. People lose lives, and or people get hurt, or these terrible things happen, and that's a big thing with my industry's complacency. And that was a big wake up call for me when you know we were trying to get guys together, and people were like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm there, and I get the call like a half hour later, like I asked the wife, she said no. And listen, that is your wife. That is your family. That is your, they come first always.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear anything from me, but that eye opening awakening of, oh, wow, like people are truly afraid of what might happen here. Like for me, I'm aware of the threat level. I'm aware of this. I'm aware of that. I'd be more terrified to be where he got killed to be honest with you, because it was a wide open space. There's very little security.
Yeah.
Being at that place,
It's so secure.
it's so secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
There's a technique that I didn't realize that even happened. As we pulled in, they'd pull in like 5 trucks at a time. They'd close up the side. It was all Secret Service, and they ran 3 or 4 dogs past. And I was wondering, like, why do you need that many dogs? There was a drug one, a bomb one, and a gunpowder one. Dogs that could smell gunpowder. And I sat there, I was like, these dogs, like, but that level of the scanning of the trucks, this and that, where we had to check in, all this other stuff,
Nothing.
It was as secure as it happens. But here's the one thing about my industry. It's intention beats skill set every time. If somebody's willing to lose their life to do something, there's very little you can do to stop them. If somebody's willing to die or willing to go to jail and knowingly says, I'm going to get this accomplished no matter what happens, that's the wild card in our industry.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Because they're like, well, he would never do that. He would, why would he strap a bomb to himself? He's just going to die. Yeah, no. That was the goal. That was the plan. That was part of the plan. So you think he cares about anything that happens prior to that? No. He's willing to give it all up. And that's they call it a security theater. Because in theory, there's nothing, a man with intention and a plan is a very hard thing to overcome.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Now, if you're protecting a typical client, and like you said, is there any, and feel free to be like, no, I can't.
Right.
Is there any names that you can name that you have protected? And if you can't, that's totally fine.
So I've done a bunch of different musicians, stuff like that. Like we did the Charlie Kirk event. I've done a bunch of politicians in Arizona. I was on tour with Shawn Mendes. I was on tour with J-Lo. I was on tour with. So I'll tell you the only one that I got kind of fanboy at is we did Andre Bocelli for 2 stops in Arizona. And I'm going to tell you.
Did you cry while he sang?
I took everything. I had to pinch myself in the leg. But again, the beauty of that is not only is he a talented guy, and it was great to see him, watching his security team and management team work with his seeing impairment, the different protocol that has to happen behind the scenes, and they are a machine.
Well-oiled, huh?
They know the steps where he's got to turn because they'll always help him, but he wants to kind of know what the layout is. So me explaining it to somebody who can see is one thing. Try doing it with somebody who can't. And he is everywhere. So that was the one like fanboy moment where I was like, this is all right. Okay, we're doing it.
He's like literally got a voice from God.
God.
It really
is. And just being there and watching them warm up and stuff like that is, and that's the beauty of it. And again, like that's the celebrity side. A lot of the stuff that we do that's more private, the finance guys and stuff like that. We do a little, we do a lot of the tech guys, biotech guys, stuff like that. And it's amazing. The one thing I will tell you, that if I come away from this industry with one thing, is that rich is loud and wealthy is quiet. Some of the most wealthy people I know, you would never know. They're not about any of it. When you're rich and you got a couple dollars in your pocket, you want everybody to know. Once you start entering the B's to the billions, these guys, you would have no idea unless
just getting a bagel and reading the paper.
100%, yeah. We're in Aspen. Let's fly to New York for a bagel real quick and come back, and
they're like, Adam,
they're wearing tracksuits the whole time. 100% wearing cargo shorts and an Izod t-shirt.
I had to just ask. A little. I mean, I had to ask. No, I'm sure it's annoying, but no, I think it's and it's funny. My dad always reminds me too. He's always like, Brie, people are people. Everyone puts their pants on one leg at a time. Everybody, and he's he's like, stop putting people on a pedestal, you know. And so like, it's just, it's always interesting to me how at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, like we're all people. And then, you know, some of the celebrities and very gifted, of course, but
Right.
we're all like, we're all people. They,
Well,
we all do
and
values.
nowadays,
Yeah.
like I said, with the transition of the way things work these days, I'll be honest with you. When I started, it was talented people were talented people, and they're actually talented.
Oh, now
Nowadays,
there's
it's
no talent
not. It's not that there's no talent, but they're
manufactured a little bit.
manufactured.
That's
They're
big.
manufactured. I look at the, and I like to use the parallel of rap. When I was in the '90s, I listened to like the rap, and I'll tell you, they were storytellers.
Yes.
Like they told stories, and you could, even as a white kid from the suburbs, you understood what they were talking about. You couldn't maybe correlate with
You hadn't
it, but
lived
you
it.
could be like,
You
oh, this
could
guy's
understand.
telling me a story. Like here's the story. Now, if you have like a good beat, or you have one thing, we've taken tidbits 3 or 4 seconds of somebody's life and made them a celebrity off of something that they did that took no talent, no skill set,
Yeah.
no anything like this. And it's gotten to the point where talent is so minimalized these days that we have to get into the pranking stuff. We have to get into the fanboy stuff. We have to get into these grandiose spectacles because if you take that away, these people are nothing. Um,
Yeah.
and again, that comes back to the manufactured. We need the old the Roman Colosseum thing. You keep the people distracted from what's really going on, and
Bright,
but that's
shiny
why you
light.
go back. Yeah, 100%. That's why you go back to him because he's the only thing that matters. He'll throw everything in the world at you to distract you, throw you off, to do all these things to you. At the end of the day, do you really like that, or do you like it because that person likes it? Or are you really doing this, or are you doing it because it's right?
Yeah.
That's the distractionary point of bringing him back. Putting God first is like this. Talking about t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. Put God first. When you actually put it into action, your life changes.
It
It
really
changes.
does. It sounds when people used to say this stuff years ago, I'm like, what are they talking about? Like I didn't
Right.
I'm like, God, I'm like this guy you never met and like and I'm just try it. I'm telling like there's something around and then being around people who can teach you and like not to be biblical, but like
Right.
disciple you, mentor you. Like these women have come out of the woodworks that some are 70, some are 30, some are 50, some are like, and they're just like, hey, I'm praying for you. I'm like, you are?
And you don't know the power of prayer until you feel that,
And I'm
until
like,
you
that's
hear
so
that, and you
nice.
go, somebody, yeah, it's
Some really nice people. And
right.
there's also there's judgmental people, but there's some amazing people who are all about God, who can teach you and help you and like shepherd you. And you just ask them to go
Right.
to coffee and be like, so how are you so happy? And tell me about this God thing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well,
It's like,
again, and that's it. And find them in your community because I'm going to
yeah,
be. But one of the things I'm battling with lately is it's become almost trendy to be religious. Like,
yeah, I totally hear
so,
you.
so if you're doing it to say like, well, Khloe Kardashian's Christian now, so I'm going to be. No. If you're doing that, you are following
It's just
false
another
idols. Don't.
idol. It's a false idol.
It's a false idol.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah,
You're going to find the true happiness in your community, in the guy that put his hand on my shoulder, in the woman that
yes,
sent you the message. That is God's kingdom right there.
yes. Mm-hmm.
And
Right
if you
here.
search for it through Jake Paul just came out that he's Christian. Well, yeah, he also just took $40 million from people over a fake fight. Or Khloe Kardashian, yeah, she spent her whole life doing all this other stuff, and now she sees that it's trendy and she's going to do it. That's and then so that's the
Well,
kind of the conflict I have is you're
totally.
always supposed to promote it and bring people to Christ. And I see something like that, and I'm like, is it worth having those people come to Christ because they're supposed to be there? But I want them to come at it. Adversity will bring them the pure path
Yes.
versus it being
The
a hat to put
that
on your head.
keyword hashtag.
Right.
Yeah, totally. You know what's
Correct.
really funny that you said that? As I just saw that reel yesterday of Khloe Kardashian being like, you know, I'm a follower of God, of Jesus. And on my jaw, literally, I went, what? I was like,
and that's
and then I had a conflict. I was like, Bree, you shouldn't be, that's
yeah,
good. And I'm like, but is it real? But you should be happy. And I literally had a conflict.
right, right. And again, for me, it's not even them as much. Like,
Okay.
because when I prayed on it, and he was like, "Listen, if they're coming, they're coming. Like,
That's
you're
good.
supposed to spread the word." My fear is for the people that follow it for the wrong reasons. And again, talk about want to do a complete circle. The adversity is the purest form of figuring out God.
That is
So the
so,
adversity of that personal struggle can't be faked.
no.
Anybody could say, "Oh, I'm a follower of God and I'm a Christian now and all this other stuff." I will tell you that the people that come out of that hole, overcome those obstacles, get through that animosity and that adversity, you could see it in them that they're different. They don't have to tell you.
You
You can see it
you read energy. You
a
know.
100%. And that is a person that wants to be better
Ah,
and wants and doesn't care. Like, I don't tell people I'm Christian because I want them to like me. I tell them because it's my job to spread the word. I don't say it because Khloe Kardashian said it. I don't say it because Jake Paul said it. I don't say it. And to me, and that's something that I'm still kind of battling with. It's like, what are you doing there, guy? Like, because people don't like you right now, you're going to do that in the hope that people will start to. If you're trying to gain fans through saying it, there's gospel, there's writings on that. That's You'll deal with what you
yeah.
deal with when you deal with it, because
Yeah.
that's not acceptable. But also, if it brings 1 million people to Christ, and two of them are pure of heart and the other ones go away, that was their decision, but they had the opportunity. But I just hope that they realize it's a personal journey.
It is. It is. And and in thinking about the Khloe Kardashian thing, or not thing, she's a person. Um, sorry, I'm an asshole.
Opinions may vary.
Yeah, I'm like, no, she's a person. I respect everybody.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah, yeah,
podcast
yeah,
of respect.
yeah,
However,
yeah,
I have some things I would like to talk to her about. No,
yeah, yes.
hey, sure, come talk. I'm thinking maybe privately that level of fame, maybe it's torture. Maybe she
Oh,
really needs God, and maybe
if
it could be real. But you know what I'm
and
saying?
that's what I pray
That's
for,
what we
and
pray
that's
that it's
that that's
genuine. Yeah,
I pray that that's the genuine part, and that
yeah,
she follows up with her
with
actions,
yeah.
the words that she's saying.
Build on it. Build on it.
Build on.
Just like I
I
am.
hope it grows into something incredible.
That would be actually she could help the planet with the following she has,
100%. And again, it's
if it's
so
genuine.
everybody who's listening, these are the struggles you deal with in the faith. And it's not negative. It's, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. Oh, let me talk to God about it.
It's
Bring it right back to, let me talk to God about it. Because I don't care what other people's opinions are.
go there.
What is God
Yeah.
going to tell me?
Yes.
And those are the little things, because this is a gray area issue. It's not black and white. Um,
Yeah.
but the answer is not going to come from your phone. It's not going to come from anything else. It's not going to come from your friends' opinions. It's going to come from Him. So cut the middleman and go to Him.
Go. Just go. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
something else that said yesterday someone, I think it was a pastor named Christine something. She's amazing. Or maybe it was Joyce Meyer, one of them. There's so many amazing pastors. I'm like, I love you all. Like,
And we
um,
take in so much every day. You just it gets confusing.
if Joyce Meyer walked in, I would fangirl. I'd be like, oh!
Right.
That woman is hilarious and just amazing. But see, look at squirrel again. I think what I was trying to say, I'm like, literally, Julian's gonna be laughing editing this. He's gonna be like, "You're so hyper." Um, you're so right, and I think it's constantly questioning, but also like just learning about faith and learning, like, and consulting with friends who are believers and reading, and then it's nothing is ever like when you're Christian, you don't know everything. It's just that you're
Right.
constantly working on yourself to be
Right.
like God, right?
Right.
Be as close to him as you can be. But
It's putting faith into action.
there you
It's
go.
putting faith into action. And by the way, there's no cookie cutter way of doing that.
It's different for everyone.
It's different for everybody. So if there's confusion, it's almost like you're doing it right. I saw a meme the other day that said, if you're not battling every day, I don't think you're getting closer to Christ.
You get more attacked. The
You
closer
get more
get.
attacked, and you get more confused, and you get more in your mindset, and you get more in your thought, and you get more into. Not every prayer is after it is like, God, that was amazing. Some of them are like, oh man, like I'm battling with this right now.
Yeah.
And if you're not battling, you're not thinking. And again, there's the faith of I know what's right. But again, understanding why something bothered you or something didn't bother you, that's the part of it that makes you the adversity to get you better in your faith.
Yes.
Because if it just came easy, you wouldn't know why you feel like you feel.
Yes. Hallelujah. I mean, seriously, I feel like I'm getting like a master class in like just life every time I talk to a guest. I'm like, thank you.
It's a beautiful thing, and like I said, you're a blessing to the world for creating this.
Thank you.
It's so important. It's
Thank
so
you.
important.
Well, I feel like everything has been like, how your career, like everything in your life led you up, football, all the protector, all
Yeah.
led you to this. I feel like I'm like, oh, it all makes sense now. This is what it is. This is
Right.
all the shit, dark time, the time 2.5 years ago when I was over in the corner, suicidal, I have an episode of
Right.
being like, I can't do this. And that's
Right.
first time when I literally not it wasn't audible, but I felt a presence being like, yes, you can, and you're not giving up, and like
Yep.
and then all these people appeared in my life, and this friend said, "Can I pray for you?" And I'm like, "Sure, yes,
Yeah.
yes, you can." So anyway,
And but that
dark.
is it.
The dark.
That is it. The dark where you feel like
It's over.
you're ready. Like you're ready. Like you're ready, and I don't care anymore. Nothing matters. And then you just feel like it's almost like it's like a warmth or like a light, and it just kind of like wraps you up a little bit,
There's
and
something.
you realize that all this other nonsense doesn't matter. And again, it's not that it doesn't matter. It's not the most important thing. And once because that's the thing, if you don't have something at the center, you're going to wander away from everything and be confused. And then you're going to wonder why you're lost. Well, you're lost because you forgot where the center was.
Exactly. That's why you feel empty.
Because you can go to the center and then go out a little bit and look back and remember this is why you're doing it. If you just wander aimlessly, you're not going to know where you are. And then how do you start again? So what does that make you do? Makes you do stuff that you don't want to do, or think thoughts you don't want to think, or you just it compiles. It's a slippery slope. And all you got to do is close your eyes and just open your heart and just say, I'm ready.
Mm.
And there's no manual to it, because some people are like, you got to go to this, you got to do the no. You'll know when the connection's there, and that relationship will build the way that you build it with him.
And you will feel
because he wants it.
God, you will.
He wants it. He's ready. You're not. You haven't lost him. You'll never lose him.
No.
You can't. He's always right on the other side of that thought.
Oh, that's another shirt. He's right on the other side of that thought.
Yep.
Okay. That's it. Retiring. This is the last episode. We're done. We're doing a fashion line and we're retiring.
100%. Yeah, we'll be in Paris next week.
Oh my gosh. No, he's right on the other. You don't have to because I follow like God behind bars. I follow all things where I'm like, you can be really far gone, and he's going, you repent and you can start again. Like, it's not bullshit. Like you can be suffering from anxiety. He's right there. You can be, Yeah, he's right
Your
there.
world can be crumbling or your world can be the most bountiful. Both times he's there. And by the way, he's got the same hand for both people.
Totally. 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 Adamm.
And that's the part that people really got to accept. Stop overthinking it. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. He has been waiting for you your whole life to just say yes. And he has seen everything that you've done, and he still just wants to say yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
I got to tell you, I'm signing up for that deal every day of the week. Like
It
that is the purest form of love.
and then you start
And
to
for you,
yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
no,
No,
go
I know
ahead.
what to do. When you
I
start to go on your walk, as my guest
yeah,
Roseanne said, she's 70 years old and she's like from Texas and she's like, "Now, Bree,
yeah,
I know you're just starting on your walk now." And I'm like, "Yes, I am." And
yeah,
she's like, all of a sudden, when you say yes to God, even if you're on your knees going, "Okay, yes, whatever this guy Adamm and Bree said to say yes,
yeah,
who are you and what
yeah,
do I do now?" Just watch who starts to come into your life and then send us a message. Some guy will pray. Just watch. Don't
yeah.
things start to happen.
And here's the thing is that he's had that for you his whole life, your whole life. It's been there. You just got to say yes to it. And again, the beauty of energy and the beauty of angels and the beauty of all this other stuff is they could have been there the whole time, but you were so in your own head, you didn't think to look. Like
And
again, I deal with all types of people. Like when I'm in my social life and stuff like that, if I'm always the first, a homeless person, this or this, see God in every person that you deal with. See God in the best and the worst. But just remember that these are just what would he do if he saw somebody struggling or does this or do that. But and again, this is probably a story for a whole nother day. But then you get into that guilt of like, oh, I could have helped him more, or I should have done that. You'll manage it. Just have faith. Let him in and let him take over, and everything else is manageable.
I living proof of that. I think we both are.
Yep.
And I
And proud to be. And proud to be. Like
totally
I will sing it from the mountaintops. He saved my life more times than I can say, and I wouldn't be half the man I am.
same. I woman, but
Yeah.
don't
Fair.
get me started there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole other podcast.
God is like, shh, you're done now.
Yeah. You're doing well. You're doing well. Stop.
I'm like, yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Too far? Okay, cool. No. Adamm, I don't know where to stop talking because I feel like I could keep talking and ask you 100 more questions. But can I end with one question?
Sure.
And maybe it's just sort of like it's we've talked about faith, we've talked about your security, we've talked about your purpose, your life, and I think faith is a driver in everything, right? Clearly.
Right.
I just lost my train of thought. I'm so funny. I'm like, all right, shit. No, from like a keeping, okay, so you keep yourself in line with faith and all of that. The question I'm
Right.
trying to ask is like, when you're moving about the world, what are some tips that you have just in general for people to keep themselves aware and safe in their environment? We know how to connect our soul. You got to talk to
Right.
God, be around the right people. When we're day
Right.
to day moving around, what kinds of things should we be aware of our environment, like to keep ourselves
I,
safe?
th- I think there's two major ones. Number one is the theory of trusting your gut. It's a highly undervalued thing. If something seems off, not necessarily it is, but there's a reason you're feeling that way.
Ah,
There might be something that you saw that subconsciously you didn't see. Something feels wrong. If something acts wrong, here's the thing. You get one chance at this life. Like, listen to yourself. Like, if you see something that looks off, saying, oh, I can manage it, that doesn't help you. Avoidance, awareness, making decisions that will keep you out of situations.
Mm.
That's the one thing, especially with the bigger guys, is, well, I can handle myself. Why would you want to? Like, why would you put yourself in a
Want
bad
to.
position? Why
Ah.
would you? Who are you? Who are you proving anything to? And why would you risk it?
Mm.
Like, so again, trusting yourself, listening to the social cues, listening to something that seems off. If it seems off and it can't be explained, then maybe it was just something. But why try to figure it out? Do you have other stuff you have to do? Like, stop trying to figure out the social situation. Just remove yourself from it. And the other thing, and this is going to be a rough one for the younger generation, put your phone away while you're walking, while you're doing stuff.
Ah. Ooh.
How distracted people are by phones. How that people are distracted by all these little things. They've done tests on how far they can get somebody walking right next to somebody on, and they'll be on the phone and they'll walk somebody next to them. It'll be 2, 3 blocks before they realize that person's even there because they're so zoned in to that.
Ah.
Because that's entertainment. For a lot of people, this is life. This is my life is in my phone. I
Yeah.
didn't notice the guy who's been following me for 2 blocks. I didn't. I was walking to my car. I didn't notice the guy standing on the other side of my car because I was watching the latest YouTube or whatever it is. Put it away. While you're making movements in public, put your phone away.
Ah. Great tip. I mean, just the way that
Because
you outlined it, it's almost like why it's such a risk, especially if you have kids too.
you're giving them the advantage. You're giving them the advantage. If somebody has a plot against you and you've now basically thrown
They're going
those
like this.
horse blinders on, you became a much bigger target. And by the way, most criminals, most predators, most this, most that are going to pick the easiest prey. So if you're up and looking around and aware, you're not somebody they're going to want to deal with. If there's somebody walking on their phone, much easier target. Even the illusion of being aware of what's going on will deter them more.
Body language, right?
Body
And
language,
that's
being
great.
aware, looking around. Somebody looks at you, you look at them for a second, and you look away. You look back and they're still looking, there's a situation there. Now,
Ah.
it's either an attractive situation, they recognize your situation, but now I have somebody in my immediate area that is now focused on me. What steps am I going to take from this point? Oh, that's the lady from church. Hey, how are you? I don't know that person. Maybe I should go the other way because that person seems super interested in me for some reason.
Follow that gut.
Little things. That doesn't seem
Ah.
right. I'm not going that way. Or that doesn't seem right. Let me go back into the restaurant for a minute or so before I go to my car.
Life-saving tips, literally.
100%. And again, the beauty of me going from clubs to executive protection was the years of being able to read crowds, social situations, like just your environment, and then putting it into skill sets of advanced work and all these other
It's a whole, I mean, the amount of,
technical nonsense. Yeah.
there's like a
um,
whole, it's a whole discipline, learned everything.
and again, we're learning more and more every day. Um, this is the part that we're getting into the super, like the IT stuff. I hate computers. I hate all that other stuff. But like even for us now, it's a mandatory thing for us to learn these things because the world is getting smaller through screens, through electronics, through all this other stuff. And you have to be aware of everything that you plug into, everything you put something in there.
Oh, it's
And
great.
listen,
Dude.
God will protect us, but it's kind of it's like they say, God will put you in the rowboat, but you gotta paddle. Like
Uh-huh. Yep. You have a
you have to do the work yourself, 100%.
God wants to enter. I heard this the other, wants to enter into that partnership with you so
Right,
that you guys can roll together. Right?
100%.
But
Well,
you gotta help out.
it's
You gotta
you
help
have to help out, be part of the team, friend, or else you're not going to get anything out of it.
or putting in the next player. Yeah.
100%.
Seriously. It's so, when you break it down to those analogies and just those, thank you for sharing those tips. Cause just as a woman, as a
Yeah,
person, I mean, every person, right?
yeah,
But especially, it's going to remind me when I'm out and the illusion of false sense of security because I'm in suburbia. It doesn't matter,
right,
right? I mean, I have to always be aware no matter where I am.
right.
right?
Right. And I'm going to try to keep this as good energy as possible. You're not safe anywhere.
Not.
There's all different types. There's all different types of threats, but there are some places that are safer than others and stuff like that. But again, we have to take responsibility in our own safety,
Yes.
because at the end of the day, if there's two people drowning, the other person's not coming to save you. They're going to let you drown. Like, you are responsible for the safety and the safety of the ones you love. And again, I don't need you to go out and John Wick people, but just to make smart decisions. Have your keys ready in your hand when you go to the car, stuff like that. If there's people hanging around your car, guess what? Walk past it. Walk past it.
You don't
Go
need to.
back in like you forgot something. They might not be there for anything, but if they are,
Then you just avoided
you've now avoided it.
changing
You've
situation.
avoided it. Right.
Yeah, it's yes, yes.
And again, the other change in society that I like is, don't be afraid to ask for help. There is a huge rise in, and I love to see it, guys getting back to regular respect, civility, and stuff like that. If you are in a situation and you don't ask for help, people can't help you.
Yes.
You can't. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. If you think that there's something wrong and there's a guy there or somebody you know, hey, do you mind walking me to my car real quick? First of all, I'm going to tell you from my point of view. A, it's just a smart move, and B, the guy's going to feel.
It's gonna feel really
You
good.
chose him to protect you. 100%. You made his day, and it made you safe.
And
again, it's not foolproof, but
that's a great.
asking a guy to walk you to your car, it takes 2 minutes for him, makes him feel good, makes you feel safe. Everybody wins.
And you know what? You just connected with a human being, and at our heart, we are here to help each other. That's the reason we're here. We all die with
100%.
money, $0.
That's right.
It doesn't matter
Yep.
how many bags I have or blah blah
Yep.
blah.
There's no U-Haul behind the hearse.
I mean, it's
There you
great
go.
to enjoy your stuff, but like at the end of the day, you're gonna feel so good also when you help someone, or
Right.
when you ask for help, you're respecting yourself, right? Like, I need help.
Right.
I need help.
Right. And by the way, it doesn't make you any less.
No.
That's the thing. It's we've almost vilified being a good person, like, or being somebody who believes in things. Like, I'd be mad if somebody I knew walked through the car and didn't ask me. I'd be mad if they didn't do it because they felt like they were less. It's not about that. It is one of the most carnal things in the world to protect yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Allow it to happen. Allow it to happen.
Well, I would definitely ask you to walk me to my car if I saw you and I felt. I'd be like,
I'm good at it.
I think he's a good choice.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And by the way, like I said, I'm happy to do it, and I surely do think that we need to get back to. It's amazing to me what people think is this beautiful, glorified gentleman stuff, opening doors. Like, if somebody needs something carried, you carry it, do a couple extra steps. That stuff used to be the base, foundational stuff. Now people are like, oh, you're such a good person. No. That's the core. That's floor one. Like, yeah, we're at the Empire State Building. That's floor one.
Yeah.
But again, it's people are getting back to it, and pleases and thank yous and hellos and how you doings and eye contact and stuff like that. It changes the whole game, because once you see other people doing it, as much as it goes down, it goes up too. If you raise your standard, people will raise it with you.
Yeah. Oh, what is it? Yeah. What's that? The tide rises to the boat. The boat.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the tide rises and sets by whatever.
The water and the thing.
Yeah. 100%.
Put it on a shirt.
But hold people to that kind of stuff. And again, it's not asking for much. It's not asking for much. And again, that's the other side of it, is that little endorphin release of helping somebody, the moment of thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
It's great.
People saying thank you for stuff that you do is amazing, but you have to do it too. Like, offer. If there's a lady struggling with her bags, excuse me, miss, do you need help?
Go out of your way.
100%. And if she wants to do the whole, I got it. Okay, fine. I
I do
offered.
not think I can do it.
Yeah. God told me to do. That's
Well,
what God wanted me to do. If you're going to battle the three bags because of whatever power rights or whatever, I want to make sure that you know that I'm here if you need me.
totally, totally.
So
Adam, I'm looking up here, and we were like, yeah, 45 minutes, an hour, and now we're
yeah,
like
100%. We'll wrap it up real quick.
2
Oh wow,
hours.
it's 2 hours. Good for us. That felt very very short.
Well, short,
That was
honestly.
flow. That
And
was the flow.
I want to, and I literally want to thank you so much, because I feel like this has been, I always, I made a friend. We're buddies. I feel like I've learned a lot. And also, I feel like when I meet people who are like walking with God, it's just even more
It's
confirmation.
good to find your tribe.
I'm on
It's
my
good to find
journey.
your tribe.
God
Yeah,
just keeps
100%.
sending me people. I'm like, ha,
Yeah.
you're right. He's like, I told you. I told you.
And again, this is what it's about, is finding people of just good people of faith and all this other stuff. And it's not forced, and it's not anything but good energy and
Real.
just bringing back community. And I
Realness.
love it.
Well,
And
Adam,
I truly am grateful for you having me on.
this has been amazing. And as far as, look in the show notes, everybody, if you would like to learn more about Adam's your services, it's executive private
Protection.
protection, executive
Executive protection agent. Yeah.
protection agency. So I'm going
Yeah.
to put all your blah, 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 blah. I'm going to put all of, that was such a great endorsement. I just fumbled all of it.
Yeah.
He will be better at protecting you than I am saying that. You know, that's right.
It's a win. It's a win.
Fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yes, and tune in. This is gonna go live in the next probably couple days. So when
Okay,
people are
beautiful.
hearing, if it's cool with you, and this is all recorded, people get to hear our whole
Hey,
process.
listen, I love it. I want the outtakes from before too, though. I think those got to be put in before.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, and I think episode 74 with you, Adam, has been fantastic, and hopefully one of these days we'll get to meet in person at something.
100%. I look forward to it. You'd be surprised when you get around a good group of people, good energy, it finds each other. So it'll happen.
And I'll just be like, hey, don't mess
Yeah. Walk me to my car, will you, friend?
Like, I'm going to my car with him.
Yeah.
So what do you think? They're like, and everyone's like,
I love it.
Everyone's like, Bree, no one cares that you're going to your car, and nobody's following you. Nobody knows who you are.
And I'm still coming with you. Coming with you.
He's my friend.
That's right.
Anyway.
Well, I appreciate it. It really was great. And just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
I know from your perspective, you don't see it, but it really is. It's making an impact. And
thank you.
And that's more important than you know. And again, I'm just grateful to be on.
I appreciate it. And I know we'll talk probably 400 times the next week.
100%. Yeah, you're stuck with me now. 100%.
Sorry, it's cool. You suck. As I always say, you are now the 51st member of the Adventures in Adversity family.
I'm proud to be so. And again, I love the show, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Well, you have an amazing weekend, and hopefully you get to just take a break and not protect anyone for like a day. No?
Not a chance.
No?
Not a chance.
Okay, off to the next. Where are you off to next? Somewhere really cool.
We have an event for a political. It's actually Turning Point Phoenix.
Amazing.
Turning Point Phoenix has an event. Yeah, so it's.
Okay, I'm
looking forward to it.
I'm coming to one of those.
100%. Open invite.
Okay. All right. Well, have an amazing time, and thank you so much. This has been episode 74. We are signing out.